I'd like to make some quick introductions of the DCNA individual DCNA presidents. Many of them are back here, some are within the audience, so if they could just come up when I read them and you can give them a quick just heads up. Rob Crow, Village Neighborhood Association president, and former DCNA president last year. Una Jackson, she's a Van Horst Park Association president. Diane Case, who is the Historic Paulus Hook Association president. Houston Green, who is the Hamilton Park Association. Catherine Moore, who is the Powerhouse Arts District Neighborhood Association. My name is Jeremy Jacobson. I'm the president of the Horseless Cove Association, and I'm the president of the DCNA this year. There's a sign-up sheet in the back for those of you who haven't joined the neighborhood association or are interested. You can put your name and email address on the sign-up sheet, as well as your address so we know which neighborhood you go to. And this is your chance basically to ask questions of Mayor Fulop and also the other people from the city who are here, and there's going to be a number of them. I'm going to let Mayor Fulop actually announce the guests this time, but I just wanted to say a couple of quick thank yous. First of all, Graceland Forest Church for graciously letting us use the space. I told them that I would mention their Breakfast Plus program, which is a great program that they do here on Saturday and Sunday mornings that helps homeless and hungry individuals. So if anyone's looking to volunteer, certainly feel free to do so. They have some literature out back. Also, I wanted to say thank you very much to the Mayor Fulop for all of his communication and on behalf of the Downtown Coalition of Neighborhood Associations during the storm, and all the men and women of the city who helped clean up the mess in the various departments, DPW, public safety, and so forth. And finally, all of you who came out and shoveled when you didn't have to and helped out. You're tremendous. It's one of the greatest communities to live in, and I thank you all. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Steve Fulop, the mayor of, I'm going to introduce Candace Osborne, downtown Ward E councilwoman.
Only on a couple of occasions see Grace Church so crowded. Obviously, I'm happy to see everybody here. Given all of this snow, look forward to a lively dialogue tonight, getting all your good questions. I'm here to answer anything. This guy, he was here first, he was 40 first. I'm sure he has all the answers. But please join me in welcoming Mayor Fulop.
Thank you, Candace. I want to introduce one other councilman just to come up and introduce himself. He's been working in Public Works all day, so there's no tie. Councilman at large, Daniel Rivera.
Good evening, everyone. It's actually very good to be here today. Wow, I remember Grace Church growing up as a little kid, especially the gym next door. It's really good to be here today, engaging with everybody here and listening to the questions and concerns. So I'll be here and be well. Thanks.
Let me introduce some of the other people that are here today and acknowledge some of the work they do. If there's a specific question which they have expertise in that I can't answer, you'll be hearing from them. So I'll just go in order. Sitting next to Councilman Rivera is our Director of Recreation, running all the programs citywide. That's Kevin Williamson. David is our Director of Public Works, responsible for the snow cleanup. That is right is our Director of Health and Human Services, Stacy Flanagan. Some Resident Response Center individuals here. We have Patricia Andes, Pam Andes. Ian also works in the Resident Response Center, does a terrific job for us, John Panasak. The individual responsible for this district from a policing standpoint. He's the individual responsible for all the officers in this area, and that's Daniel Saletti. This left is the individual responsible for public safety. That's emergency management, police, and fire, and that's Director Jim Shea. please come up here. We have our council president here, and I don't know why you're sitting there, Council President Rolando Labarre.
Hi everyone, good evening. Many have lots of questions, so I'll just say good evening. Looking forward to hearing my concerns, and we'll work with Mayor to get this done.
So yeah, I didn't start. All right. So I'm going to audible a little bit. I'm not going to sit in the interrogation chair over here, but I want this to be really open communication. And there's nothing off limits. I'm happy to answer any questions you have, the easy ones, the hard ones. If you have a specific question regarding something that we have done up here, I'm happy to drill down on that. I have a lot of familiarity with the DCNA. In some ways, I view the Downtown Coalition Neighborhood Associations as part of what started me in politics and government. When I came back from Iraq in 2003, I was living downtown here, and I called the Mayor's Action Bureau, now the Resident Response Center, regarding a traffic issue, parking issue to be specific. I was that guy. And the mayor called me back 3 days later regarding the specific issue. And he wasn't calling regarding anything related to the parking issue, but I was so flattered that he called, and I thought he was calling me personally, and I said, Mayor Cunningham, I'm so happy that you're so involved in parking issues. And he's like, no idea what you're talking about. And I actually went to DCNA 3 days later, and they helped solve the issue. I actually subsequently became the president of the Paul's Hook Association. Diane was very involved when I was there, so I certainly know the expertise and a lot of the development that's happened down here. The good of protecting it is because of the neighborhood groups here, and actually was a year as the DCNA president. So there was a lot of familiarity, certainly, with some of the issues and the things that you tackle. So there's nothing off limits, and it doesn't only have to be specific to this area. We are doing these throughout the city. We had one 2 weeks ago in Ward B. We'll be in the Heights on Monday. So if you or your neighbors miss one of these and you want to attend it, we'll be posting that schedule, and you're more than welcome to attend as many as possible. So I'm not going to speak for too long because I really do want to drill down on what you really care about ultimately and answer as many questions as possible. But I will tell you broadly that in 2.5 years of doing this job, that I couldn't be more thankful that you've given me the opportunity. And despite challenges at times, and certainly that I do make mistakes, I think by and large the city is moving in the positive direction overall. You know, when we started 2.5 years ago, I was very clear in saying that our goal was very, very high, that I wanted Jersey City to be in the conversation as one of the best mid-sized cities in the entire country. And I believe at that time we had all the bone structures and ability to do that. And now look, over the last 2.5 years, I would be the first to tell you that we still have work to do, but I would also tell you that Jersey City has entered a different part of the dialogue nationally. You look in either New Jersey or nationally, there are many issues that we are leading the way. Whether it's prisoner reentry, whether it's paid sick leave, whether it's affordable housing in the state of New Jersey, we are in the forefront of that. Whether it's the bike share program, whether it's the mural program, it's visible. It certainly is. When you look at the finance side, which is certainly important to me as well, we are doing that with clearly minding what's important financially. There's been no tax increase for the last 2 years. We're finalizing the budget. It should be introduced next month. I feel pretty good about where we are on that front as well. We've seen credit rating upgrades. We're leading the state of New Jersey in a drop in unemployment, in job creation, and construction starts, in every metric possible. We are literally leading the state of New Jersey, which I think is something collectively we should be proud of. Also, as a homeowner, which many of you are, I tell you that you should be happy in the home value that has escalated over the last couple of years. And that's not unique to downtown. I just moved downtown. I moved to the Heights. I probably bought the most expensive house up there, not because I wanted to, just because ultimately prices have escalated. But despite that, we are very mindful of affordability. We are building more affordable housing than has ever been built before in the history of Jersey City. We have actually approved and started construction in the last 2 years of more affordable housing than we've done in the previous 10 years. So I tell you that while we have a lot of work to do, I certainly do feel that the city is moving in a positive direction. And I hope that we get to solve some of your specific problems today. Like I said, I'm happy to answer any of that stuff. If I can't do it, some of the individuals here certainly can. And again, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here tonight, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve as mayor.